Camille gets by. If you make mistakes, Shen can taunt you, chunk you out, force a bad recall. If you get set behind, it can become tricky. But most Camille players know how to minimize early game, and I think once she gets Triforce, she'll do
Yeah,
perfectly fine in the matchup.
yeah. And as we're heading into lanes here, it looks like we're going to get some spicy stuff here. Um, just a little out to our production guys. We have the wrong team names.
We're looking for a Thresh Hook here. You could flash and then predict Flash Hook would guarantee a kill. They're walking the Shen down, and it's not even going to be a look quite yet. Just going to drop a deep ward, showing some patience here, is McMaster University.
So we do have McMaster on red side, Mingos on blue side, and a little bit of just taunting going on, I guess. Nothing crazy coming out from that invade look that they just did, but still moving together as a four-man unit to, maybe do their due diligence. Don't want to get caught out in their own jungle.
Right, it's always safe to roam in a pack, and we see Camille getting a nice chunk here on Shen. That
Going,
is...
didn't get the second Q proc, it looks like, but or was that? Did she start W?
Nope, that's a Q start. Could
Okay.
not get the second Q on him, but will get the better of that. And these trades are actually pretty significant when you do get a bush cheese in the top lane. It might not look like much, but it could end up in, some lane control for the Camille, which would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, you take one too many Qs, and now you have to sit back and give up farm, or you're being, threatened with death.
That's right. And we always got to have eyes on the junglers in the early game, right? They kind of set the tone of where the game is going to take place. And we have the Hecarim and the Pantheon matchup. So to talk about that, ideally Hecarim wants to out-farm the Pantheon. I think can clear a bit quicker, although Pantheon is no slouch. Thank you. Is no slouch in the jungle
I was
himself.
feeling so dumb there. You were looking at me for the answer, and I was like, what?
Pantheon is no slouch himself in the jungle, so should be able to keep up. And then when we're talking pre-6 here, it's all about the Pantheon, and his level 3 effectiveness with the stun into full combo is much more reliable than anything Hecarim can set up for his teammates, typically.
Oh, taking a fat Q bounce there on Kaisa. Oh, and now the
And a
hook.
hook.
Is this going to be a kill already?
That's going to be heal, a flash,
Nice.
auto from the Thresh means first blood for McMaster University, looking for more. The auto
Oh,
Q.
and it's so close. They're going to go for this. They need to be careful.
The misfortune wisely did not take aggro before the Galio went in for his E. I think she maybe even faked an auto try,
Yeah.
started one and then stopped it.
That
as he
was
went in.
really impressive juggling of the tower aggro. In and out. Perfect distance. Perfect timing. Didn't take, one more tower shot and MF goes down there. But
Yeah.
he just jukes in and out so well that it just works out perfectly for them.
Flashing
So
from Lulu looking for the solo kill. No ignite on either member, but she's going to kill herself to the Hecarim cleanup, giving Echo the kill. So a bit of aggression from Venerated here, wishing he had ignite, maybe thinking he did, because that would have been kill threat. But
I'm thinking he was too deep. He saw the Hecarim coming in and he knew, okay, I either die here for free or I maybe go 1-for-1.
and Camille getting the better of the trade. This is showing a better understanding of the matchup from West Chimani here. Ideally, Shen never takes a Q2. He can use his W to block it, right? But if Shen makes the crucial mistake of not pulling his W onto himself and Camille can get that nice extended E trade, she can quickly take over the lane, and that's what we're seeing here.
Looking mid lane there, but didn't get anything. He knows the flash and TP are down, so just trying to apply some pressure on this Lulu.
And we see Pantheon actually looking for a dive in the top lane. That's where the camera should be right now. This looks quite doable, and it will go over to Wex Shamanchi on the Camille. We see a 2v2 in the bot lane. It's a 1-for-1 trade with the ADs killing each other, and the supports left to duke it out. So McMaster University with 2-for-1 on the map, because of the successful dive on the Shen, and that is great looks for the Camille.
Yeah.
And we were
This is
talking
another
about it.
game where we just have action going on in all lanes at the same time. We've got director mode hopping from lane to lane. I like to see games like this. it's so unique in our league right now. We're seeing so many different like play styles play out. We see teams playing the long slow game. We see teams playing the aggressive. You know, they fight over every objective. They're fighting in
Hmm.
their lanes, and it's hard to say because I've noticed lately is that regardless of which playstyle you're playing these games, long game or you're the aggressor playing for every objective early,
Hmm.
it still comes down to like one play. Regardless of the way you play, when a game goes long enough, it comes down to like if there's one ace, the game just can end like that,
That's
whether
right.
you played slow or you play fast. And I think that's a unique thing that I feel like I'm seeing in League of Legends this season,
Yeah,
or even towards the end of last season. I feel like there was definitely metas where, man, we had games that were going out to like 80 minutes, and maybe that's just because we were trash. But um, I don't know what they. I just feel like things are just so much more up in the air now.
I see what you're saying, Try, and we see an all-in from Camille. I believe Shen did use the W to kind of get himself to safety. But yeah, I agree, Try. I think it has to do a lot with the effectiveness of Drake's Soul, right?
Hmm.
Meaning that teams usually have to send 5 members into the river to kind of fight over this objective at, around the 25-minute mark or so to prevent or gain soul. Um, Outside of that, we all know Baron is, the way to end
Yeah.
games, and that's on the opposite side of the map. So tons of contention around the 25-minute mark just means that teams have to gather the advantages that they've built over the game and just leave it out in the
Oh, this is
river.
going
We
to be
see
a
a 3v2
3v2.
here, and
Oh,
that's going to be Galio dropping, going in, probably thought it was a 2v2 and protecting his ward like supports like to do, but Pantheon right around the corner just means more pressure for McMaster University.
yeah. I think McMaster saw that coming. They knew, okay, Galio is looking to take this ward. We see him autoing it. Pantheon is close by. Let's set this up. If I walk into, as soon as Thresh walked in there, it was already all set up. Galio immediately tries to go in and defend this ward, but what do you know? Two more members are right around the corner, and you're dead.
Speaking of right around the corner, we have Hecarim sitting just outside of Fog of War. He's going to use his devastating charge. There's an onslaught of shadows that'll tag that MF. He interrupts the lantern. That's huge, but she still
But
has
here
both
comes Pantheon.
summoners. Pantheon around the
Oh
corner, but
no!
he's quite low. The MF is going to have to heal and flash right after this, otherwise risking his death. Gets away
Oh my
without
God! Is
having a
everybody gonna
flash.
make it out? This is insane.
Oh, this is pretty unlucky for Mingos, but we have Adrian Suki here still
Oh my
pursuing.
gosh! Oh
Echo get hooked.
no!
He's playing on her turret. He's able to ulti, and Adam Suki picks up
Here
the
comes
Thresher.
Pantheon.
The Pantheon ulti to re-engage on the Hecarim. The Flash W, but does he get taken out? That's Zolfer with the trade kill. And Mingos is on the board. A couple kills. That's a 2 for
Um,
0 for them, if I'm not mistaken.
it's a 1-for-1, right? Or did anybody go down for?
The Hecarim killed Thresh, if I'm not mistaken, and
Okay.
then they also took down Pantheon.
Pantheon. Okay.
Went over
Oh,
to Echo.
man. It looked like McMasters came so close to pulling that one out with no deaths and even a trade. It looked like Thresh got that hook under the tower. I'm assuming based off of the way it played out, it was Echo Alti
Yeah,
that got
it
him
was.
out of that. Okay. Damn. I missed that one split second. I looked down on my notepad. Man, what a fight.
Yeah, and just like that, I remember that games can turn around on a win. But look at this MF pressure. She's
Oh,
up.
man, that's some damage right there.
That show is. She's on the quiver plus pickaxe already. And try remember when the ADs killed each other a few minutes ago?
Hmm.
That was super worth for MF because of the position of the wave. She was able to return to like a double wave and clean that up, and now you see she's up over 20 CS on Kaisa here. Camille opting into a 1v1, but it's actually a 2v1 with Pantheon right around the corner. That's a 2v2. Camille getting really low, but her support is here. She'll have to slingshot over the wall, and now these two are just happy their Shen didn't die.
Yeah, big farm difference in the top lane here. So Shen definitely getting poked out a lot, just trying to play it safe, giving up the farm when he needs to. Smart move there, but he needs to be careful here. I think these two could potentially dive him, but they wouldn't want to with Hecarim so close by.
Yeah, Hecarim being around the corner, and where is Galio?
Galio is making his way mid. They're looking like they want to do a big play here on Lulu, or we have
Yeah,
Kaisa and Galio in the river there, right below mid lane.
Yeah, so multiple members from Mingos here taking control of the river. That's really nice blue vision here. You see those two pinks plus the one ward. And that's going to help their Hecarim when he gets on that side of the map. Tell him where he can go and where he can't. Maybe look for a play. But if Hecarim leaves the top side of the map, he's going to leave his Thresh without any cover. And then that dive you were talking about, Try, could be possible. Now we see the Echo ulti traded for Lulu ulti. They're both getting about below half HP. Thresh shows up, but so does Hecarim. And that's going to fizzle out here. And now we're watching. See that Shen W goes down early. Camille waits it out, and as soon as it goes away, hits with the Q2 and bites him through the shield. Now, that Shen W is on a really high cooldown. I know when I play this matchup, I'm looking to punish that. She could possibly look for a one-shot under turret with a nice trade here.
Yeah, this is going to be a dive, I think. Pantheon close by.
All they have to fear is the taunt, right? The W could be coming up any second now, but it looks doable.
Oh,
Taunt
and he misses it.
And Sekiro here with the easy cleanup. Shen had to try tagging someone with that. I think goes a half second early and gets punished. So Echo will TP in to cover this wave, prevent any more plates going over.
I think these teams... Oh, and they're going for the dive on this Echo.
Yeah, but does he trade? No, the aggro goes onto the Camille. It's an Echo with no ultimate, and they were aware of that try, so they both have stuns and burst damage,
and here comes the Herald. This is a big play happening in the top lane, starting with that Shen dive, and now an Echo dive plus the Herald. That is big stuff for McMaster here.
Definitely, and we see Camille now able to have access to these plates, and that will mean her Triforce comes in early. And that is just terrible news for Mingos. They'll have to find a way to deal with this. As we see Mingos bot lane opening up on the Thresh will get his flash. Traded for Galio flash if I'm not mistaken here.
Both teams playing this really good. What I'm liking to see is there's a lot of counterplay going on here. There's a lot of opportunities that look good for either team. And then what do you know? The rest of the team is either there or on their way there to help defend a play. That dive on the Shen was kind of like the first opening that we saw that wasn't contested.
Oh, and it's a Sunder on Camille, and she has it at 12 minutes. This is, she can absolutely 1v9 the game now. It's, we said feast or famine. It's feast time here for Wetchamansi on the Camille, and we love the plays that can come out of that champion.
Yeah, we need chat to give us the, you know, like, what do you call it in the dictionary where they put out like how you pronunciate somebody's a word?
Camille with another
We need
all
the
in.
pronunciation typed out in the chat for us so we don't sound like a bunch of idiots.
And we have Mingos responding to the Camille all in. That's the shutdown going over to Adam Suki on the Hecarim. That is huge here. Great counterplay. Shen able to just hold his own for long enough, taunt his way out, and then the cavalry arrived. Will they be able to transition this into Mountain Drake? It looks like
Looks like they are. I'm not really sure why MF is top lane right now. I know she's trying to get some damage on that tower, but being alone up there when Dragon is up just seems like a misplay.
And that was a good call. Try for a few seconds. They will take the MF ult, but that's the Echo trading his life in order to do so. Now we have Nathaniel Larrier trying to make it back to his turret. He needs another shield.
No, the Thresh canceled the auto.
And he gets
what
away.
Turn there by the MF to get off that much damage right before her team shows up. I was not expecting that. We could take another look. I thought that was quite a good play there.
It actually looked really scary for Mingos when she was able to channel the ulti. We have a play that could be. We see Galio.
No, we missed it, but
yep, Galio going in for a taunt. Who is he setting up? It's the Kaisa. Chandler Clark here with the ulti, but does he eat a hook? Galio will get hooked. Blade under turret. Has to pop the stopwatch. Has no flash. Could be in kill threat soon, but how far do they go up?
Oh, Pantheon thought that was going to take. Don't let that Galio get away for free.
And it will be Chandler Clark here on the Kaisa going down, and they will also be able to scoop up
buddy.
Galio. How? And he is back to the fountain as well. That's a 2-for-0 for McMaster University. We also see the pressure here. I'm sorry, I thought that was the Camille Shen matchup, but it's actually Echo getting the better of a trade.
Yeah, she needs to be careful here. He doesn't have ulti just yet. It looks like it's about to come up here any second, so she does need to be careful. I'm not sure if he could one-shot her through her W shield, but I don't think it looks like a good trade for her. So game is pretty close. We only a 5K gold lead for McMaster. A dragon on each team, only up 4 kills. So McMaster still needs to be careful in this game, not to let too many things slide. They need to keep the pressure up and try and take their lead and snowball it into a win if they're looking to close this game out with a nice swift victory.
Sulfur with an aggressive trade is forced to use his ultimate. We see McMaster University with full control of the top side of the map here, invading, taking blue, but Mingos taking red turret on bot side. So we have some cross-map play going on here. Bit of a split map for the junglers as we see Heckram doing his own counter jungling. And we're convening at the mid lane here. No objectives are going to be up for 2:45. Both outers going down, one for either team. Means that we could see some ruckus in the mid lane as teams are getting their rotations and looking to transition into the mid game.
Trying to get a good look at items here. So we see the Gale Force on Kaisa as well as the Misfortune.
Yeah, Gale Force. So the change that they made, the nerf, if I'm not mistaken, was a revert. They took the 30 seconds that they gave Gale Force in cooldown back off. So it went from 90, I believe, to 60 when it was super giga broken.
Yeah,
everyone was taking it. I think they put another 30 seconds on it back to 90 seconds. So very important timer for all of these guys to consider. And thanks, Riot, for just changing it every few weeks.
Yeah. Why don't just fuck us up, boy?
Yeah. You know, when it comes to timing abilities, you have to time summoners. There's boots that can make summoners lower cooldown. Teleport scales with the game. Teleport cooldown changes the entire game. It's insanely hard to track. You have to divide by 60 on the spot. So tracking abilities is just...
You got to have those quick maths, guys. If you guys want to be challenger players, the next step is to really brush up on your mathematical equations and make sure that you can time all these cooldowns. Keep a notepad next to you. Write that shit down real quick in between your when you're on your way back to lane.
This looks good for Camille. This could be kill on Echo. Wait a second.
Big
Sulfur
damage.
with big damage. You're absolutely right. I thought that could have been an all-in angle, but the R actually tagging the Camille and the passive means that she should rethink that.
So McMaster here really on top of the Heralds. They got another Herald right now, but they need to be careful.
It's a Heckram huge with the Galio follow-up. This could be great for Mingos as we've seen Jaeger going down immediately. Here the team fight goes. The next focus is going to be Pantheon. No shield, but he has Lulu ultimate on him. TP coming in. The Camille comes in and picks up the Echo here. It's all about the Heckram. Heckram rampage this fight. The Zanias will go down for Thresh. He is quite compromised. The next focus will probably be Camille, who dives in on Kaisa, but he's 1v4. I don't think he has the damage quite yet. They look for the return, but the Lulu shield is there, soaking the Kaisa autos, but it's still Mingos all day. The Heckram's still alive. The Shen gets a double, and now it's Pantheon rejoining the fight. He will take Galio, but trade his life unless the Lulu can super support this. Heckram still rampaging. He'll use his devastating charge to clean it up. Oh my goodness. And despite the efforts from McMaster University, the team fight goes over to Mingos. We saw try those global cooldowns coming in. Everybody can get on top of MF at the drop of a dime. She does not have the mobility, despite the Gale Force, to survive that. And now they turn to Drake. But this is actually answerable by McMaster University. But now we have teleports coming in. We are round 2 already.
Holy shit. This play just does not stop. And now it's not looking too good for McMaster here. They're not going to be able to defend this dragon at all. Wow.
Yeah,
I got one thing to say about that play.
What's that?
Somebody get Diddy a goddamn award, because that was some epic casting there to get the full play-by-play. And oh my god, here we go again. Take it away.
It's going to be another scrap here in the mid lane. Misfortune ultimate is popping off, getting good damage, and stuck in the Camille ult was the Heckram. That's how you take that guy down. Camille with the pursue on Nethereal Lancer. He opts to taunt over the wall. Camille can follow that. She's still on pursuit, but probably just use... Oh, that's the slingshot here. Should be enough damage to clean this guy up. And it really just shows that in the skirmishes, in the scattered fights, it's really, advantage McMaster. But when it comes to the ARAM in the mid and all grouping, I like...
They lost the Misfortune there so early in that fight, and then it dragged on for so long. They had no consistent damage, and I think that was a big reason why it went over to Mingos there, and they were able to pick up that Drake.
But the clapback is actually McMaster with the Herald play in the mid lane. They're just running it down mid. and Jaeger will snipe out the Echo. Heckram going in 2v4 with a huge ultimate, trying to set up Kaisa for the autos here, but it's not quite enough. McMaster will walk away, actually victorious, I think, at the end of that play sequence. Almost every major cooldown here being used by both teams here in this mid game.
Wow, this is what I like to see. Game one already off to an action-packed game. You know, I love starting the day off with a banger like this and not a slow pace. Oh, and would you look at that? We got the stuff for you guys right here. Take a good look at that. You can see all these items nice and big. And I'm not going to lie. Woo.
That looks really nice.
Kudos to our production right now.
Yeah.
We got Larry over here in the cockpit hitting us up with that spicy stuff.
And now, since we made that graphic so large, it's glaringly obvious here. I was wrong about the Moonstone on Lulu. She actually opted into a Luden's Echo, which is a more damage-oriented build, not supportive.
You think that was a mistake?
No, I mean, it's hard to like accidentally build.
I mean, I meant, do you think it was a misplay? Do you think she should have built the Moonstone to have more impact here?
If I'm going to be honest, I think yes, but she's making it work.
It's working right now, so.
Yeah, so, you know, who am I to judge? If it works, it works, but I do think Moonstone would have been maybe a better choice here for the Lulu. As I just think her damage will fall off compared to Echo as we see 2 and 3 items
100%.
being completed. Echo getting aggressive on the Camille. Not afraid of this top laner here. Here comes the Shen ulti. So, you know, a pretty good go-ahead play from Mingos to attack the solo laner, but Camille pretty safe can
I do see big damage come.
With the engage, he goes into many members, but the Galio follow-up is there. Might get him out safely, but the Misfortune ultimate doing so much damage, and the follow-up is here by Red Team. Echo jumping in, but forced to immediately ult, and now I think Camille can possibly run down Echo. She's 2v1 over here. This could actually be the turn angle for Mingos, but West Shamansi here doing a ton of work. Fighting at the base wall. Shen is able to taunt over, and that's only one member going down for Mingos, who is Galio, so now we have a 5v4. But this is possibly punishable for Mingos as we see Adam Suki looking for an angle but has no ultimate here. So the siege can maybe continue or McMaster University could rotate out.
Yeah, they need to be careful with that Galio engage there. When they're making a big engage play like that, if they're not set up to hit the MF, then it really sets her up for free ulti damage, and it's just really, really big.
Yeah, definitely try. I think the value of Misfortune is the telltale sign of these fights, right? If she's getting insta-gibbed, then Mingos can win the fight. But if she's not, if she's channeling that ultimate, then it looks great for McMaster University. Something you would expect when you do draft that Misfortune. It's all about creating a situation where she can get that channel off.
Excuse me. Yeah, so thing I'm seeing there is we saw a quick Baron start. Did they think that was a good opportunity for Baron? I kind of missed what happened there, but it looked like McMaster was there ready to deny any hope of getting it, but it seemed like a weird time to kind of go up and start the Baron.
Yeah, when a team like McMaster exhausts all their major cooldowns and a lot of time and energy in the mid lane with that siege, sometimes if they overstay or overdo it or they don't reset properly, you can sneak a Baron as a response.
Okay.
Rushing Baron is usually a good answer to an inhib take. And it was just a quick look. As we see the Camille comes through, she completes 2 items try and she becomes this side lane monster, really hard to duel. I think Shen needs to be aware of the completion of Ravenous means that he will actually start dying in that 1v1 instead of squeaking out like he has in the past.
Unfortunately, they were spotted out. Yep, they were spotted out by this ward here, so they do know that the members of McMaster were not on Baron, but it looks like a good setup here. Shen is down for another 15 seconds. They're going to go ahead and start it.
Yep, it's going to be a trade away from Drake, and this is what a lot of great teams do. You know, members from Mingos are going over to Drake to get their third. You just send for Baron, and it's pretty free because the Shen is down. But it is Shen, right? He could ult to this. So
he could be here in time for this.
Yeah, there could be an answer. You got to look for a steal with the Heckram. That's it, the steal, and now the fight. It's a cluster in the Baron pit with Kaisa dive in the background. The focus is Jaeger. He uses the Gale Force, but is that going to be enough? They can just run him down. There's the flash now. Misfortune has no more mobility. She will now drop. And that is Adam Suki putting the game on his back.
Oh, and it's still going.
It's still going right now. If
Here
Kaisa
comes
can
Zekrom.
fire Echo with the flash onto the Pantheon, I think both of these members are going to go.
Oh my God.
This is Mingos with the comeback play try.
Wow,
They did it.
Mingos getting the ace. Okay, this Camille is still up. Or did she go down in the beginning of that?
She's up. She's on
Okay,
the
so
map.
that was a 4 for none, and they steal the Baron. So now they are at 3 Drakes, Baron buff, and catching up in kills. They are only down 2k gold, and look at the push they're getting off of this as well.
Yeah, the tables have completely flipped, turned upside down, like Will Smith would say. And
Yeah, where are they going to eat dinner after flipping the tables?
dude, they'll have to eat it upside down. As we see an engage here onto the Camille, but are they going too far? Jaeger able to drop good damage. There's the Echo ulti. Now watch the Thresh here. He flashes, he flays, and that could be set up, but they just turn. The Hecarim is pretty tanky. Here's the misfortune. The autos aren't quite there. The Pantheon ulti coming in. Big Galio taunt, but I think he's just sacrificing his life. Same with Shen. A couple return kills, and they pay the price for taking that mid lane inhib.
We're running into the issue that we kind of talked about is the MF damage is just not there without the ulti and stuff. So, like, where's the consistent damage in a fight like that? They were set up to win that fight, but the members that they were hooking and flaying and locking up for so long just had so much health, and the MF autos were not enough to soak, to penetrate through all of that, and they ended up only getting 1. They got 2 out of that, but could it have been more? It seemed like they just don't have the damage for a long extended fight.
That's right, Try. And we question if you're going to run double support, should you have a hyper? Let's watch this fight again. We remember the Baron just went over, and watch the focus on Jaeger here. See, these 4 members can just corral her. And now if you don't have the mobility, you're forced to flash, but it's a Hecarim, and your Lulu's not with you. So I think Mingos took advantage of the fact that McMaster had to position themselves around the Baron, which led to easy access to that misfortune. And we talked about it, Try. If you're going to have double support, why not run a hyper? There's plenty of hypers you can run. Tristana, for example. Vayne, maybe a different look. Zaya with her safety and her consistent damage maybe could have been a better option here. But when you lock in that misfortune double support, you're really kind of relying on the early game. And we're seeing the punish come out from Mingos here.
Yeah, they are catching up. We're still only 2k gold down, but next Soul Dragon in 1:50 is going to be Soul Point. While we're kind of everyone's resetting, grabbing waves here, let's take a look at these items.
And Lulu working on a Lich Bane. This is the manliest Lulu build you
I know.
could
What is up
possibly
with
go.
that? So let's get
Easily.
a look. Oh, man. So, yeah, we see that she is working on that right now. She's got some stacks on that. Come on, give me the answer for that item. Is she going to look
Dark Seal?
Yeah, like, is she looking to maybe go into Magi's, or is that just a
I don't think
early
so.
game purchase that she'll end up getting rid of? We see the play looking for an engage here.
Yeah, and West Shamansi is under a little bit of fire here. I think Echo catches up to that. And we see
big
the
fight up
answer
here.
play in the top side, but TPs are coming in. We see a 2v1 where Kaisa is getting some autos out on Pantheon, but he's actually pretty scary as Kaisa's running low. And it looked to me like a McMaster counterplay to the 2v1 in the bot lane, getting answered by a teleport. It's pretty good for McMaster. Actually, they get to teleport without losing any members, but the Camille going down, it just shows that the map presence from Shen Galio means that if Echo's side laning with Camille, it's never a 1v1. It could be a 2v1 spontaneously.
I love that. That's why I think the comp here for Mingos was so good.
Yeah.
I like to see, like, the comp is built to do one thing, and they're doing it pretty damn well right now.
That's right. I'd have to agree, but we're looking at a about 60 farm lead here. Misfortune completing her 3rd item. When MF reaches 3 items, she is really like a true AD carry. Her autos and her double tap are going to start hitting harder. She's not a hyper at this stage of the game, but when she's up, 60 farm and on 3 items, she really can carry the next team fight.
So, man, I think McMaster needs to be near this dragon right now. Why are they not looking to set up for this at all? They're just giving over Solar. Are they just saying, okay, it's Cloud Drake, so we don't care, or what?
Yeah, or just, the timings on recalls set up. Sometimes you just can't walk into Fog of War, or it's
they just weren't there. They just didn't have the time to be set up beforehand, and at that point, it's too late. You don't want to walk into this team, yeah, that means you're walking into a Galio, into a Hecarim, into a Shen. Really, really easy to get set up for a bush cheese there if you wanted to look at that Drake.
Another thing to mention, there's full AD for the side of McMaster University outside of that Lulu, who's building full damage. So this could be why she opted out of Moonstone. She's the solo AP threat for the team. So the Luden's Lichbane makes some sense to me in that respect. But if you look at the items for the side of Mingos, they're ignoring her. The Hecarim has built tabbies into Dead Man's Plate. The Shen has built tabbies and a full Thorn Mantle. They don't care about the Lulu AP damage. So if you're going to solo AP, I don't think Lulu is the champion.
Yeah, I think so too. It's one of those things like it would be like if they had the Kaisa, totally different story.
Right, totally, yeah, completely different. But Kaisa is a draft warping champion. That's why she goes first. That's why she's absolutely pick ban, and we can see some of the effectiveness here as she has a bounty. Here comes the onslaught of shadows, and that is just insta-gib on the misfortune. That's your carry. You got to hope you can just win this 1v1 and stall the game out that way, but it's going to be a Baron turn, and Shen can just dip on you and ult out if he needs to.
Yeah, Camille can TP there, but she can't TP in front of Shen, and then Shen can easily follow her, so...
That's not the time to taunt here. Not the time to taunt Camille. I think Wetshamansi can actually win this.
Easily.
Gets the flash,
but he misses the W.
The W and the E. So a bit of misplays on both sides in the bot lane here, but what really matters is who gets this Baron. Oh, steals it back.
That is a 2 Baron steal this game.
And now the fight will go on. Pantheon will, he'll take Galio down with him as well.
Not so
that
sure
man
about
is
that.
Crazy on fights. But Echo with the punish appropriately with his mobility and burst damage. He prevents any help coming through and gets a kill himself. So steal over to McMaster University. But Mingo still with tempo at this very moment until they can reset and get their Baron.
So who do we have Baron on? We have Baron on Lulu and Camille.
Camille, just use her slingshot. That could be punishable, but no, I don't think they want to fight so close to the enemy turret. Echo with a possible re-engage. He's looking.
Feels like both teams are looking here. It's going to come down to who pulls the trigger first, maybe.
Yeah, and I think this is going to come down to one more smite fight here when Elder comes up. So what happens when you give up Soul sometimes is you can say, okay, we'll give Soul. That puts Elder on the map, which we can flip the game with.
Yeah, and if you look now, okay, so they're going here for this Echo. He needs to be careful with his ulti. Yep, he's going to be in big trouble.
Hecarim's here with the help. Will engage on the Misfortune, who gets ulted by Lulu. Meanwhile, we see the Echo is in stopwatch trying to buy some time. Thresh will arrive, lands a hook. Pantheon with his own global, and here's a big Misfortune ultimate. Galio arrives, but he is late, and now that is a scattered fight that McMaster is happy to take. They will look to engage on Kaisa. No. She is probably dead because she's... Oh, Flash Gale Force heal away.
If she needs to be careful, it looks like Pantheon's going to... Oh, my God, it just tickled her there.
Barely missed with the spear. And she, I think, is... Wait a second. The mobility of Camille could mean a possible chase, but...
Pantheon is zooming. He is not giving up on this Kaisa here.
They're going to find Galio, but misplay by Thresh here. Bad flay, flaying him away, and also did not body block his heroic charge, something like that. So Galio gets away, but very small interaction here. And now
they do have Baron buff on this push here. It looks like they might open up another inhibitor.
Yeah, and I think you give this...
Or sorry, is that the first? Okay. Inhibitor was opened up mid for Mingos there. Okay, so...
And that try is maybe the best inhib you could possibly get because it's opposite of Elder, which is up in about a minute 30 or so. And
it's going to force members to go and respond to those super minions and leaving you with the opportunity to kind of like wait out that wave maybe. But
it's Shen.
I was just going to say it's Shen. They have double TP on Mingos, and it looks like we're seeing a red TP come in here in the try.
Yeah, Hecarim with the engage gets peeled off, and then Echo look to maybe follow up, but... nothing will happen. I think Mingos here, since they're first in the mid lane, they can do their best to prevent McMaster from getting any control here in this blue quadrant. So, going to hit their scanners, drop some wards, and make it hard for McMaster to walk in. That is their best chance here.
Elder Drake up in a minute, and it looks like blue team already trying to get set up over there, get some wards down, take their backs right now. But maybe this is not the best time to be getting that reset because, oh man, red team. They're still worried, like, should red team not be grouped here, making their way towards Dragon to attempt to to get some sort of vision control or setup before it's just up and getting taken by Mingos. Like, oh, this just looks like a really bad scenario to be in.
Well, they were here late, and maybe they needed all 5 members to be here before they can even lock arms and walk in here because of the threat of fog of war. And we see when Kaisa went to base, she was only able to get a I can't think of the name of that. The recurve bow, maybe? Not sure, but she didn't get anything defensive. Kaisa has no sums. Misfortune's Flash is coming up soon. Really important. And
okay, so it does look like they ended up getting control of River here. It just, to me, it felt like it was late, but I guess I was wrong.
I mean, Mingos got control and then took a reset themselves. So not sure. I mean, some players have to buy things. I thought when Kaisa went to shop, she was going to get a stopwatch as a defensive tool, because
like for this big fight.
Yeah, because you need maybe a potion or a stopwatch, something to bolster this fight, because I think whoever gets this soul is going to win the game.
You heard it here first, guys. This soul could be the game ender, and it looks like it might be. We have, oh man, it's coming down to the wire again, guys.
Yeah, we're back in the River Tribe. This is where the LSS likes to take place. The games get ended and won here. And
yeah, they do. It's only a 2K gold lead for McMaster.
Hecarim found Lulu. That's big burst damage. He'll go in. He still has ulti. The Galio ulti comes. Here's a huge onslaught of shadows from Hecarim. The Echo's getting ready to go in. There's the MF ultimate, but Echo can one-tap her. But wait, she stopwatches. The fight actually looks good for Blue here as Echo with a huge ult. He's looking for the Penta. Can he get over the wall? The Flash. He's going to Penta this. He's going to Penta this.
Oh my god, that heal though. Let's see the...
It's a kill for Zolfer. Mingos looking for the win off of that.
That is the first pentakill we've seen of the regular season for Season 2 of the LSS here. And man, was it a game changer. They turned the game right there. Like you said, it always takes place in the river. What do you know? Echo turning out and getting a pentakill for Mingos to take away Game 1 for Week 4 of the LSS against McMaster University here. What a game.
What an absolute...
I know for a fact we're going to see that play one more time here. Let's get that bad boy up. And oh my god, we're catching the tail end of it.
We at least get to see the Penta, right? That's the most beautiful moment. This is what we're going to remember when we're telling our grandkids how we tested the Season 2 of League Saturday Series. We're going to talk about that moment, so at least we caught that. But the team fight started, river to mid lane with the Hecarim finding Lulu something in her heart. Was the most important interaction.